Hello and welcome back to Legends of Ellaria beta with me, Barden. Okay, so we have just captured the bandit camp, which we're sent here to do. Now, if we wanted to, we could remain on this map, and you can see on our compass at the top, there are other things that we could find. So if we went this way, there's something over here that we can discover. We don't necessarily just have to come and do the one thing that they asked us to do. We can do other stuff. So, what did we just discover here? Here we go. So we can use this lumber. Okay, got our axe. And we can get some wood ourselves. But then there are caves, there are potentially other bandit emplacements, there's treasures, a lot of different things that you can get on these maps. Okay, so how do I get him to there we go. Just walk away from it to get him to stop. Right, now we are going to head back to Argyle. So we need to talk to him, so we're going to use this method of travel. We have a chat with him, we tell him the bandits are dealt with, and then he'll tell us what we need to do next. So as I said in the last video, there have been improvements to the performance, the optimization of the game. There will be more optimization improvements coming in the future as well. I'm not sure when that will be, but they're definitely stated in there somewhere. So I'm hoping that at some point I will reach a position where I can get maybe kind of consistently 20, 30 frames per second. But anyone with a more modern PC, you're probably going to get upwards of 30 frames per second anyway, even in the current build. Right, so we are going to go then chat with Argyle. Excuse me. Hello, Lord. Have you dealt with those bandits yet? Yes, I have. They won't be bothering anyone anymore. Excellent. Our kingdom is one step further to a new empire. There's just one more thing. Well, what is it? I hate to bother you, but it would be most useful to go to the town and build a house. Build a house? Why would a house be so useful? Houses increase the population, which in turn increase your manpower. Higher manpower means that you can hire more troops and collect more taxes. That is useful. Yes, but it's not just that. If you build a house by yourself, your subjects will be impressed with your leadership. Making decisions and actions that favor your kingdom will raise happiness and trust in your subjects, which in turn increases your people's morale and productivity. Alright, I'll go and build a house. Make sure to build a house from inside the town so that your subjects will see you do it. Okay, so story-wise, basically what he's saying is go there, show the people that you are around and you're actually taking an interest in their lives and how they're doing, and they can actually see you getting your hands dirty doing some work. In terms of the tutorial, it's basically go there and we're going to show you how to build a house from the RTS view rather than, because you can either build it from the overall world map view or from within a settlement, and that then allows you to choose where buildings go rather than letting the game do it. So we'll go to map, and we need to enter, so we're going to use the boot, and we'll head on over there. Okay, so just be a little while. It used to take me forever for things to load. The loading time has improved a lot. I'm sure again for more modern PCs it's going to be much snappier and not take anywhere near as long as my one does. But it's kind of nice to have these kind of puzzles to play around with as well while you're waiting. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so something I noticed before is that for whatever reason, after that bandit mission, when you go onto a map next, you're only going to see 3 of your people. We had 5 people. None of them got killed in that battle, so there still should be 5 people there. But I've had instances where I've had 6 people and I know none of them got killed, and still I ended up with only 3 people zoning in from then on. So I don't know where the other 3 people went. Right. So we need to go to Rts mode, which is T. So Rts mode you use for kind of in-person building, but also it's used for when you've got large groups of soldiers, ordering them about in battle and stuff, but that's something for later. Right, so again we got a guide to building, so if you want you can pause and have a read of what it says there. The one important thing I would point out is this one here, press Control, hover mouse to rotate the building. So that's something that otherwise you might kind of not intuitively know how to change the orientation of the house, but certainly for me, so that was kind of handy to see that. Now, one thing I really don't like about this is that this looks like it's the road here, right? I'm pretty sure this is not the road. And if I press T, I'm going to see. So that guy is standing in the middle of the road, right? Yeah, so he's there, right? So I've had instances before where I've placed buildings based on this, and some of them have ended up being on the road even though I've left some space. So we're going to see what happens. So we have to build a house. Okay, and again we'll hold down Control, will allow me to change the orientation of the house, and basically when it's green you can place it, when it's red you can't. Okay, so I want to rotate it a little bit. I'm not sure why it's not giving me any greens anymore. Let's put it around this way then. Put it on this side of the road. Okay, so I'm leaving some space to the road, so that should be okay. Right, so that is considered to be done, even though it's not actually finished. Now I'm going to place some more houses. So I'm going to place a few because I want to increase my population, but I don't want to increase it too much because these are the smaller type of houses, and later on we will unlock larger ones, so we don't want to be putting too many of them around. But I do want one on this side and place it there. Okay, that's good. Then we are going to head on back over here to speak to Argyle. So something as well, the more the game develops and the further you get into the game as well in the future, you're going to be doing less kind of this jumping from place to place so quickly. You got like a lot of the time you're going to be on a map and you're going to either be exploring caves or you're going to be doing quest stuff, and you're maybe going to be fighting large battles that take a long time. So it's not going to be go there for a minute and then have to go somewhere else. But again, the load times will be improved in the future, which will be nice. Right, we are now going to go and say hello again to Argyle and let him know that we've done what we need to do. Hello, Lord. Have you built the house yet? Yes, you have, and I know we're standing uncomfortably close to you, so apologies for that. Excellent. There are rumours of your selfless and personal command of the town. Your people will work better for the next few days, so we get a boost out of doing that, which is nice. Keep this up and your kingdom will never fail you. Here's a note about more advanced kingdom management. You should talk to Captain Morris about the state of your army. Also, I can give you information about any matter if you require it. So here's more the tutorial stuff. So for newer players to kind of learn about things. So let's ask about adventuring. Yes. How do I fight? And then it brings up the tutorial again if you missed it. And we can see, oh lovely. We see the inside of our eyeballs and our jaw and everything. Great. How do I fight? How do I use my items? So then that will bring you the inventory one if you missed it. And how do I improve my skills? Would bring up the character one. How do I do quests? We'll tell you about the journal. So J for journal. We'll look into that in a minute. Okay. Let me ask you something else. All right. Now talk to me about strategy. Yes. How do I build buildings from inside the city? So then that's the tutorial we just did. How do I recruit an army? We did the recruitment before, so you saw that. How do I command my army? So then the tactical view is used for the army, and you've got, I'll show you this one because it's one that we haven't done yet. So if you want to pause and read through those, you can. Okay, and then let me ask you something else. Alright. About ruling my kingdom. Yes. How do I research new technology? Then it tells me about that. So that's something we're going to be doing soon. How do I build my kingdom? Then about construction on the world map. How do I rule my kingdom? So management, making sure that we balance all of the different resources. Okay, and then we can ask him what's on his mind. Never let your militia charge onto a golem. Okay, that's not a bad idea, or not bad advice, because we could, they'd get their ass kicked. So this is basically just for general tips. Without Ristone, we wouldn't have the manpower to feed everyone. Okay, so let's talk about something else. Any new rumors? Let's see what that does. Maybe time to establish the last trade route. Your conquest of Golden Vale has earned us trade and resources. Brightville, the last route, makes unique clothes to trade. I think that's a bit of a bug because you haven't gone to Golden Vale yet. Okay, that's all for now. Excellent. I marked the location on your map. Good luck. Yeah, I think something has gone wrong with that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go J for journal, so we can see. So complete the ones that we've done. We've done Exodus and First Steps are done. Now we've got New Lands and Knowledge. Brightville has opened up, and then we have War Council as well here. So somehow it skipped onto later in the quest, because this one should be, oh, what's the name of the quest? this one should be basically build a tavern, which is the next thing that we're supposed to do, which is the next thing, one of the next things that we will do, but we need to gain resources to be able to do that. We can't do that right now. So some kind of bug has happened there, but hey, it's beta, right? And it's early access, so these things happen. So that's our journal. Then the other, our journal from our quest log. Then the other thing that he mentioned was to press H to come in here, which is our research. Right, so we have 5 research points, and we can learn things that will help our economy, our management, our military, and our engineering. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the first tier of each one. So establish commerce. We'll get it'll cost 1 research point. We will be able to build a tavern once we have enough resources to do it. So we're going to unlock that. Then management, law and order. So we've got better management, better maximum construction points. Building upkeep is lowered, and we will be able to build a fountain as well. Fountain increases happiness. We'll unlock that. Military, so we're going to go for professionalism. So it reduced the army upkeep. Army morale and army strength will be increased, and we'll talk about that in a second, how you see the strength. So let's unlock that. And then engineering, tools of trade not learned. So 20% faster more wood gathering, mining and farming, and then enables special buildings related to each of those. So we're going to unlock that as well. Okay. So with this system, you could obviously decide that I'm just going to put everything into economy and try and get rich doing that, or I'm going to put everything into management and just be very efficiently managed and reduce my costs so that I don't need to have a huge income to look after everything. You could put it into military and decide that I want to make sure that I can have as large an army as I can and it not cost me the world to actually do so. Or you can put it into engineering and basically say, what we're going to do is we're going to be clever about how we go about gathering things and generating income, and we're going to use that route. Or you can mix and match between them and do anything. So it's really versatile like that. So very happy with the way that's done. Okay, now we are going to come out of that. So the other thing that we need to do, so War Council is started, right? So it means that we have to go talk to Captain Morris, and he's down here. And I know that because I found him before. But you might know that because it's not clear that he's down here. Like there is a marker there on the compass, the mini compass at the top that is obviously pointing to him, but because of the way things are tracked, you mightn't necessarily have noticed that we're even supposed to talk to him, but now we know. Okay, let's have a chat with Captain Morris. Lord Beta, we're ready for your command. Captain Morris, how are you? Glad to be alive considering the circumstances. We lost a lot of men at Osgard Castle. Oh. Wait. I'm not sure what I asked him how many soldiers we have. Besides that, our experts and trainers are scattered across the land or lack the tools to do their work. We'll have to build a library and research our old tactics before restoring our army. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think I asked him that one. So let's ask him this one. How many soldiers did we lose? A lot. The numbers are not the issue. It's who we lost. Captain Harold, Sir Matthias, and the entire officers' corps. Either cut off from the portal or dead. Besides that, we lost the entire Royal Guard, and we were forced to leave the veterans behind. Okay, and then we'll just check this again. So how many soldiers did we bring? We brought just enough soldiers to secure this ancient castle. We can only hire militia at the moment. Yeah, and then besides that, we saw that already. Okay, good. So we've seen everything now from there. What should I do next? There are reports of bandit raiding parties preparing to attack. Our scouts tell us that goblins are forming their own armies as well. It's only a matter of time before our towns or outposts will be attacked. So basically prompting us to not... I'll talk about that in a second. The first thing we need to do is to defend our towns and our outposts. Always leave soldiers there or position an army nearby, prepared to intervene. Yes, so it's basically saying, don't be stupid and keep all of your army with you. You need some to protect your outposts and your towns. Speaking of armies, we need to build the barracks. Once you build the barracks, you'll be able to hire captains and form armies, which will move to strategic locations and go on the offensive. As far as I'm concerned, the war has never ended, and we need to attack and conquer any outpost and stronghold that we encounter if we'll ever want to survive this land. Okay? Alright. Thanks for the report. Come back when you have the time. There are some pressing issues to attend to. Okay, so we chat with him. We complete the war council. So he wants us to do some certain things for him. Right, so what we're going to do is we go to the world map. So yeah, let's talk about the army strength. So you see the figure above my head is 90. So at the moment my army is 90 strong. So that's made up of the 5 militia that I have, which are 10 each, and then I'm level 4, which means that I'm 40. I contribute 40 to that army strength. And then these armies here are 300 each. So if we went against them, we're going to get our ass handed to us. So we'd need kind of comparable numbers to be able to go up against them. Probably not matching, like if you use better tactics or you concentrate your force, you might be able to take on a larger army a lot easier. But you do have to be somewhere in the ballpark to be able to do that. And then here in the outpost and our town, there are no numbers, which means that we don't have any soldiers there at the moment. So we would have to increase the number of soldiers there. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go here. So we know we need to build a tavern. And we may have enough to build a tavern. If not, we're going to have to go out adventuring and get the resources to be able to build a tavern. The main thing at the moment for us is money, because without money we're not going to be able to pay the upkeep on the militia that we have, and slowly over time it's going to erode our treasury, and we're then not going to be able to build buildings like farms and houses, etc., that would help us to generate resources and generate taxes, and there we replenish our treasury. So that whole driver for your economy is very important. Right, so we've built these, okay, and if you remember, yeah, so we built them at the side. Okay, they actually look not too bad. Other times that I've seen these, they've ended up being on the road and stuff, and so that's why I left a little bit, so that there would be at least be some space between it and the road. Right, so those are the small houses, and you can actually, any of these buildings you can actually go in. We're not going to go in because then that's another transition screen that we don't need to do at the moment with the performance. But you can go into any of those buildings if you like. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at building the tavern. I'm pretty sure it's going to tell me that we don't have the population, or there's something that we're going to be missing to do it. But we'll give it a go anyway. Right, so we got build again. Got houses. So now we have the regular house. So that's why I was saying earlier, I didn't want to build too many of the small houses, because the regular houses are going to actually be better for us. Then we have agriculture, so we can build some farms to generate more food, but that's obviously going to cost gold, etc. Then we've got these ones here, which are, so these are like industrial buildings. No, they're actually not. These are the decorations, sorry. Industrial buildings are down here, I think. Right, then we have these ones here, which actually add happiness. They're all, at the moment at least. Ooh, I didn't need to do that, but I guess we have that now. So pop that there. Right, so we got a lovely shed. Yeah, so those will generate happiness. Then we've got trade, which is the tavern itself. So it's telling us here we need to build more houses to do that. And then we have resources here. So at the moment we've got a lumber mill, and we've got a metallurgist. So we can't build those either, but they will become available later on. And then special, we have a library. So the library helps us to generate our research, which is obviously going to then allow us to get more perks that will improve the running of our town. Right, now we are going to build some more houses, but we're going to build the larger houses. So that, place that there. So I wanted to look like we kind of have these small little houses almost on the outskirts, and then as you get towards the center, there are kind of people with a little bit more money who can afford a slightly bigger house. And then we're going to have the tavern somewhere around there as well. We'll pop you there. It would be nice if the families of the people in the game were also there, but I guess probably a major concern for the guys making the game is that families would have kids, and I'm guessing that then there'd have to be something there, because you don't want people going around killing kids in your game. That's kind of a great way to get some really bad PR. But in order to stop that, it probably needs a new class of something, and makes it very difficult. So I can imagine that that's something that the guys maybe considered, and then decided that it would be too much hassle to do, or maybe it's going to come into feature and I just talk out my ass. But I know that a lot of games kind of avoid having children in them, where if the player has the possibility to kill those children, or those children have a possibility to be dead and lying on the ground, it's not a good thing. Okay, anyway, so we're ordering 4, actually let's make it 5 more houses. So let's put another house. Let's try that one. Okay. Let's find a spot for that house. Let's put it around there if we can. There, okay. Pop that there. Right, so we're ordering 5 more houses, and then what we're going to do is we're then going to lack the resources to be able to build a tavern. So next time we're going to go and we are going to find, so this is something I talked about before, is that's on the road and I did not place it there. So hopefully when it's built, it's okay. But yeah, next time we're going to go and probably raid a cave or 2, or look for some treasure, and then be able to then use that treasure to finance the building of our tavern. So I hope you enjoyed this look at some of the early building in the game. Again, This game is in early access. This is actually a beta that I'm playing now, which the developer has given me access to. If you're interested in picking the game for yourself, there will be a link in the description for you to go and check it out on Steam. Always keep in mind that with early access games, there's no guarantee that the game is going to get any better than it currently is. So keep that very much in mind when buying it, that don't be buying a game because it's got potential, because that potential may never be fulfilled. I think that the game in its present state has enough content in it to justify its price. It's fun to play. There's a lot of different systems for you to play around with as well, and now that there's story and tutorials in it as well, it's not just a case of going in and just mucking about for a while. There is actually some direction there for you as well. But that's it from me. I hope you have enjoyed. Hope you are keeping safe out there, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.